Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer. The feature race at Oaklawn Park on Saturday is the Grade 3 Honeybee for 3-year-old fillies. Let's take a look at the field. Kentucky Oaks qualifying points are on the line, and we're going 1 mile and a 16th at Oaklawn. This is a wide open race, Mike. This division trying to sort itself out down at Oaklawn.
Yeah, I thought this race was really wide open, and I especially kind of was interested in it too, Dan, because I don't know how much I love the favorites in this race.
Let's take a look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector, because the number 4 ringleader is stretching out for the first time. She has shown some sprint speed, and she is expected to make the lead, the number 4, with the number 5 Alta's Award expected to be pressing somewhat. The 2 She Dares the Devil also close. I don't know. I think if ringleader is aggressively ridden out of there, she could clear.
Yeah, I thought she was going to get clear on the lead too. I do, Alta's Award has a nice, sort of tactical speed. I didn't see her trying to make the front in here.
Number 1 in here is Motu, and she's got some credentials. She was second in the Grade 2 Goldenrod Stakes behind Finite. She came within a length of Finite. We know what Finite has done since that race. She has basically grabbed this division. It is hers right now. Her last race at Tampa Bay, Motu ran 3rd in the Suncoast. She was the beaten favorite. I thought for her first start back going 2 turns, the old bid flattened out trip should set her up nicely for this.
I kind of feel the same way. She wound up 3rd in that race. I thought she ran the second best race, though. The winner was actually pretty good. Just didn't break that sharply. Took a run at the horse that wound up winning, couldn't get to her and got tired late, but that's okay. It was her first start off the layoff.
Let's take a look at the 2, She Dares the Devil. This horse was Grade 2 place sprinting at Del Mar. She had an opportunity to stretch out for the first time off the layoff, first time for Brad Cox in an optional claimer at Oaklawn on February the 15th. There was a wicked pace. She Dares the Devil is on the outside going after this exhausted pace setter who is the favorite and went too fast. She made the first move into the fast pace, She Dares the Devil, and she's going to get run down late. For a starting off point, it was a nice one.
Yeah, it didn't run bad in here at all. I mean, the horse that runs her down, actually a stablemate of hers, that's a lightly raced horse who could be pretty good. So, all in all, I thought she ran fine. I wasn't blown away by it, Dan, but I thought she ran fine in that race.
Turtle Tracks had a 2-race win streak snapped in the Goldenrod, but I guess you could just simply say it was a wet track. It was her first time around 2 turns. There were some excuses. She showed up in the Suncoast in her first start off the layoff for Ian Wilkes. Wilkes usually doesn't have him cranked up. Maybe he had Turtle Tracks cranked up. We turn into the stretch. You mentioned the impressive winner. Lucrezia is in front. Motu is the number 4 moving into second. And you're going to see Turtle Tracks start to get into it on the outside. She is no match for the winner. She gets up for second. Again, Wilkes horses historically do well second off the layoff. That's what's going to happen for Turtle Tracks on Saturday. And she's got 2 bullet workouts in the holster leading up to this.
Yeah, listen, maybe second off the layoff gets her to take a step forward. Overall, in the Suncoast, I just sort of preferred Motu. I know that this horse ran her down late, but I just thought Motu did a little bit more racing in there and just sort of got tired at the end, which allowed Turtle Tracks to get second. Of those 2, I just preferred Motu, but I guess it's pretty close.
Ringleader is a perfect 3 for 3 in her career, but this by far will be the toughest test of her career, not only from a class standpoint, but also from a distance standpoint. She is stretching out past 6 furlongs for the first time in her career. Let's watch the Dixiebell Stakes going 3/4 of a mile. She was very eager in the early portion of this race, didn't seem comfortable inside. She got to the outside, pulled her way up. She makes the front, and she's able to hold on. This was a solid victory. It's got a 77 buyer speed figure. She can build off of it. The real question that handicappers have to ask is, do you trust her at this distance? Because I don't think she's very rateable.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the good news for her is this is the first time stretching out, and she should make the lead in here. Those are both positives, I think. I like her races, Dan. I felt like she got a little lucky last time because the favorite there did have real trouble at the break, and it probably cost her the race. But either way, Ringleader still ran well. Her trainer has very good numbers stretching out. He has very good numbers stretching out off of wins, especially. So those are both very good things if you like this horse.
Considering Alta's Award's pedigree, it is no surprise that she has put it together in her 2 starts around 2 turns. She is bitonalist out of a Medaglia d'Oro mare, and she's looked good at the fairgrounds in her last 2 races. Most recently, she came to the outside. She had work to do in the stretch. She changed back to her left lead, but she really dug in and got it done for Steve Asmussen, who's seemingly winning all these major races. And Alta's Award, I think you hit the nail on the head. Her greatest asset is her tactical speed. And she might be in the thick of things turning into the stretch.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in a lot of ways, I kind of felt like she was the horse to beat in here. We'll see. This is her first stakes try, but I really liked her win 2 starts back the first time they stretched her out. And last time, she worked really hard, Dan, but I appreciate the fact that she got up, and I think the horse that she ran down, Portrait's actually pretty good. And so I really like that win from her. I think she's the horse to beat in here.
6 is Back in Charge. This horse was a debut winner for Kenny McPeak, going a 1-turn mile at Gulfstream Park. A $250,000 yearling dismissed at 18-1, even with Jose Ortiz aboard. Let's watch the race from Back in Charge. Big white stripe on her face. She's starting to get into it right now on the outside, Mike.
Yeah, didn't have a lot of speed in this race, but she's clear at the top of the stretch. I think you're going to sort of want to notice the horse on the lead right now, because that horse has been up front most of the way and it's just starting to get real tired here. I don't want to take anything away from Back in Charge, because winning first time out going a mile is not an easy thing to do, but some things really went her way in that race.
7 is 50 Shades of Green. This is a Bernardini filly who is just bred to run all day long, and she won her maiden around 2 turns at Monmouth to close out her 2-year-old campaign. And in her first start back in the Busanda, she faced Harvey's Little Goyle, who, in my opinion, is one of the top 3-year-old fillies in the country. She showed some speed. She tired. I think, again, that is a good first start of the year. I think she'll be much tighter for this assignment.
I feel like she will, too. I agree with everything that you said about her last race, and I just sort of liked the way she was progressing as a 2-year-old. She really did get better when they stretched her out. And you know what? She doesn't need to be on the lead, Dan, but she's going to be close in here. She's got natural speed.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. I think she made the lead last time out because really nobody wanted it, and there just wasn't a lot of pace in the race, and they decided, well, why not? We're 11-1 off the layoff, and she's fresh. She looked good coming from off the pace at Monmouth 2-back. Why can't she sit 3rd or 4th on the outside with a clear run and a clear shot when they hit the second turn? Raggedy Andy is the number 8, 3rd start of the form cycle for Mr. Lucas, stretching out off a couple of 6-furlong races on a wet track. She likes a wet track. Let's watch her last race. We talked about this off the air. I don't know how she loses. She's in front right now. It looks like she's going on her way to victory, and maybe she just lost focus, but she blows a 2-length lead in less than a 16th of a mile.
Yeah, this is a tough loss to take here. She does look home free at the end of this race, and for whatever reason, she just can't put it away and gets run down. It's pretty hard to take her off of that race, especially now as she stretches out for the first time.
But she's by Union Rags out of a Candy Ride mare. She has a little bit of pedigree, but must improve from a buyer's standpoint, and certainly must improve from that last race. And Queen Bridget is going to complete the field. This is a Verrazano filly whose lone win came on the turf. She's only raced once in her career on dirt. It was her debut going 7 furlongs. I don't want to put too much stock in that, but this is just not my kind of horse. She's raced once on dirt. She's probably a turf horse, and they're taking a shot.
No, I agree with all those things. I just thought she was tough to make a case for, but she will be a very big price.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Grade 3 Honeybee. Looks like a really wide open race at Oaklawn Park on Saturday. You like the 7, 50 Shades of Green, who really could be coming into her own in the second start of the form cycle, Mike. 8-1 on the morning line.
I just wanted a better price in this race. I like her going a distance of ground. And again, I think she could get a good trip in this race. And I do think the 5, Alta's Award, was sort of the horse to beat. They were my 2 horses in here. Yeah,
I have to use Alta's Award, especially if she goes off close to that 9-2 morning line. I wonder if she's going to let Ringleader go and not want to burn herself out. And maybe that helps Ringleader get to the front. You mentioned the trainer's stats. I am worried that this horse is a bit headstrong. If she can rate, I'm curious to see if she can take them gate to wire. I hope she drifts a little bit off the 7-2, but people love ones. She's undefeated. 4-5-2-1 for me, 7-5-1-4 for Mike. Grade 3 Honeybee. Feature at Oaklawn as an approximate post of 5:09 Central. Good luck.